What have we got today?
I'll tell you what we've got. Welcome to Table Time, and guess what, Big Meeks? We've got a samba beat in honour of Estevao and Gabriel Martinelli.
Oh,
so let's start dancing.
Oh, yeah? We'll wait for the music first, probably.
Thierry can't stop smiling because Arsenal are top of the three. Perfect.
Come on, Jimmy. Move the hips,
Bayern Munich. Now, in second is the champs.
Top of the Champions League table, top of the Premier League table. What can they achieve this season? We're in November. It's time to talk about May.
Yeah. Well, they can definitely win the Premier League. I think they will win the Premier League. The big question then is can they do both? Can they conquer Europe as well? And that's the difficult part of it, because the Premier League's so difficult to win because of the longevity of the competition. The Premier League the Champions League has got so much quality in it as well. We know Bayern Munich will improve in the next time they potentially play each other. Paris Saint-Germain will be a strong team within it. So it's going to be a big ask to win both, but they're certainly capable. When we talk about strength and depth, they've certainly...
Good leadership starts from the top. When you're a manager like that and you're filtering down, you know who your leaders are, you know who your captain are, but everyone falls in line. That comes from him. That comes from Mikel Arteta. And I think that when you say about everything now you're saying so far, that doesn't happen like that. Those players don't feel in that great environment unless it comes from the manager.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. I think when you're talking about, he's made really harsh calls early on. Getting rid of Aubameyang, who we've seen yesterday scoring goals. Getting rid of Lacazette, Ozil, massive players on huge money and all of these things.
Xhaka as well.
Xhaka.
Yeah.
But he's also been he's enabled young players to come through, and this is what a lot of people don't talk about. Yes, they've spent money, but he's given the likes of Louis Skelly a platform to perform. Saka the likes to perform. And they've gone on and grown, but I think it's through years of having disappointments, working hard, little knockback, no problem, we go again. And the manager will tell you he can set all the rules out, but it's on the players. We know this. As a manager, you're only as good as your players.
But you also have to create that environment, and that's what he does. And I think the thing as well you got to look at is even the guys that play. If you look at the attitude of the guys who are sitting on the bench, they're itching to play, but they want to win together as a team. They're happy for their teammates. And if they get called upon, they're ready to come on. It's not that we've been in that environment before where when you're playing, you've got players on the bench and they're sitting there and they're being negative to one another. Oh, what's he know? Look at him.
That's from winning, though, right?
It is a bit from winning, but you could be winning and you could still have players who are unhappy. So I think the environment of how it is and how everyone is together is something unique, and he's very selective.
Do you all think that, and which trophies do you think they'll win, if any, this season? If you had to predict
If I had to predict right now, I still think they're the favourites for this. In the Premier League, you'll see it is very difficult for anyone to really string any real form together. So you would, as we sit here right now, it'd be very difficult to make a case that anybody else is in a better suited position than Arsenal.
For the Champions League and the Premier League, you're saying?
I would say, mate, this Champions League is going to throw spanners in the works as it goes on.
No one's disputing, but you're talking about things that are not happening. So for right now, who is?
Premier League. I would say Premier League. I can't pick anyone in the Champions League right now.
But if you had to pick a team right now, who is? Who's better suited to beat them?
It's hard. I think it's very fine margins, because now in the group stages, it's very generous. So right now, you're just trying to get your standings. You know what it's like, a mindset. When it gets to the knockout stage, it's a different level, it's a different expectation, it's a different mentality. It's hard to pick right now to say. They look great right now, but when it comes to knockout stage, it's a different switch that comes onto players, because you lose, you go home. I'll say they're favourites for me for the Premier League. They're definitely favourites for that. So. But Champions League, no.
So, Grell, you're going for the Premier League too, if you think...
I think they're better suited to knockout stage football because of the set pieces and the defensive stability of the team. I've said that even last season. So I think the Champions League, but they're also more favored, I think, in the Premier League. I agree with Nigel, because other teams are struggling so bad. You look at Manchester City losing home games, conceding goals. Liverpool, 6 wins, 6 losses this early in the season. You saw what happened tonight to them. So I just don't even see where the competition is really going to... Maybe Chelsea, but it's a young squad. It's also a young squad that haven't done it.
But you're all in agreement that they will win a trophy this season, right?
Yeah, I think at the start of the season...
The odds say that they're going to win a trophy.
No, I think at the start of the season, everyone would have said he has to win something, whether that be the FA Cup, whether he has to win something to get it over the line and to keep this momentum.
Beat Bayern Munich, fantastic performance by every metric. We can keep on going on Arsenal until we're blue in the face, but at the end of the day, they've won nothing. And we don't know. I mean, the season's a long way away. PSG barely limped into the knockout stage of this competition and won it. So,
but I think I hear your point and I take your point. But I think for years now, Arsenal have been labelled and laughed at, have been the butt of everybody's jokes, that when they are in this vein of form, even the most staunch Spurs fan has to say, this is an incredible side. And it is, and you have to give them the credit now. Now, if it plays out in 6 months' time, they don't win anything, this whole conversation will change. But for right now, they haven't put a foot wrong.
You've got to give them the flowers while it's due. And right now it's due because they've improved. They've got every aspect of it. They can win through set pieces. They can win through playing football. They're very... where's the weakness? It's hard to say that there is a weakness right now in this Arsenal side.
Crossing the line.
Whether it's the start, okay, but we've still got time. I'll say that is the thing you've got to be cautious about. Last year, we saw a Liverpool side that looked invincible at the start of this campaign in this league phase. PSG, like you said, limped into it. But when that momentum came in, there's still a long...
I learned more about Arsenal because in the big moments, in the big games against the biggest of teams, because we know that they can do this. Every time I pick up my head, they were like almost scoring a set piece or causing danger. They suffocated Bayern Munich. Everyone knows Arsenal right now is favorite in the Champions League, favorite in the Premier League. But to do against Bayern Munich is incredible. I don't think I learned much about Bayern Munich because in the biggest of moments of late under company, they fumbled it. And tonight they looked average. Without Luis Diaz, they looked average tonight. So I learned more about Arsenal, that they're serious. They're now playing games and on the counter and set pieces, they are the best in the world at the moment.
Yeah, for me and Grella spoke about this in the green room. For me, I think the biggest compliment you could give this Arsenal team is they make everybody else look bang average. And that's how good they are. They're so dominant. They're running over teams. Again, this goal here is obviously a mistake by Neuer, but also Bayern are pressing for the game. So you kind of write this one off, but Arsenal just look fantastic. There is nothing you can say negative about the team. They make changes. The team stays the same. The people they bring on stays the same. They get injuries, stays the same. And that's all down to Mikel Arteta. And I think for 4 or 5 years, people have been questioning whether he can get you over the line. There was questions early on against Liverpool. Is he the guy to win this year? And he's just shown process, consistency, and application gets you where you need to get to.
I think when I look at this game, it wasn't a game where you could say that there was an element of it was going to have such a big effect in the standings for this year's competition. It was more of a game of focus of who are the real deal. Arsenal and Bayern Munich right now, two teams doing well domestically and doing well in the Champions League. Who is the best team right now in world football? Who's in that conversation? It was just to see how far Arsenal have come. And for me, when I look at this, Troy famously called Arsenal soft at one point in his career. And now when I look at Arsenal now, I don't see a soft Arsenal.
Yeah,
I see a very
strong
strong Arsenal side now that resembles the Arsenal role, the great Arsenal sides of the Vieiras and all them, look, where there is fight, there's physicality, there's the technical ability, and there is a togetherness. And that's one thing I'd always give credit to Mikel Arteta from taking over. I've always said, I've always been watching the togetherness, the body language of players. We've been in enough dressing rooms in our career to know that there's something special about the togetherness that Mikel Arteta has built at Arsenal with the players that he's brought there. And I would say...